Okay, well, we had our first game here at the W&S Stadium for nearly 4 weeks, and we were playing against Mangotsfield, who were third in the league and going quite well. So we expected a tough game today, Matty.
Yeah, very much so. We knew they'd be very strong sides, compete for everything. Exactly what we found out today.
Yep. The first sort of 15 minutes or so was a little bit cat and mouse, both sides feeling each other out, and then we had that disaster on about the 15th minute when Pat and Sam knocked the ball back between them, and then we lost it and Lewis Powell came in.
Yeah, real mix-up. We give them the goal, but I think that was coming. We didn't start at all very well. The way we played out from the back was very unlike us. The lads have got quite a few options. They know how to play, and I think 2 or 3 times before that we gave the ball away. We was giving throws away from our goal kicks. Yeah, so it was a little bit frustrating to say the least, and a bit unlike us.
Yep. And Lewis Powell, gosh, he scored a lot of goals. He's an experienced guy, and he just put it in the net. But 2 minutes later, we came back. We got an equaliser. Pat hit a ball out to Paddy down on the left, and he put a tremendous through ball through. Steph Penny shrugged off a defender and tucked it away really well. I thought that was a great goal by Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen did well. He got composed and Stephen could drop down and he did it over the bar, but he kept it down and put it into the good area of the net. So no, really pleased with what he's done well there.
So that got us back in it after about 16 minutes. It was 1-1. Shortly after that, Pat made a terrific save when he pushed one onto the bar. It was a funny sort of game, really. Both sides perhaps were making a few mistakes, did you think, today? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I think us more so. The way we are, we like to pass the ball, so that's going to look maybe more against us. I'm not saying Mangotsfield didn't pass the ball, they were a very well drilled outfit, but any opportunity to get into their 2 danger men up front was what they wanted to do, and cause us problems. If our game's not right in terms of our passing, then it can look pretty awful at times. Today we just got found out, we got a little bit beat up at times, and our passing wasn't our usual self.
Yeah, but Mangotsfield are a very experienced side. I think they brought in people from Taunton and from Cinderford this season as well, and there were a lot of old heads out there, whereas we had perhaps quite a few young ones out there. But the next real thing was on 35 minutes when Toby got the ball on the halfway line and he turned his man and he was through. And I thought he created the chance really, really well, but he couldn't quite tuck it away. It came across the goal, across the keeper, and just wide.
Yeah, he did magnificent to create the chance. He saw the opening and he knew he could outpower and pace the 3 centre-backs at the time, and he did. He went straight through them. It's just a shame that he couldn't quite get that composed finish, but he done great to get the chance for himself. That's a little bit disappointing because Toby had the beating of their defensive line, and we never really put the quality balls in to exploit that. And we asked the boys to try and think about the game as well when they're playing. See where their weaknesses are, see where their strengths are, and let's try and utilise that. But today we didn't quite have the thought in the game itself.
I must say, I thought their back line looked a bit vulnerable. They didn't look the speediest back line that we're going to play against, and it was a bit disappointing in the way that we didn't make a few more chances. But it was 1-1 at half-time and everything to play for, really. So what did you say to the lads?
It was lucky to be 1-1, really, and just try to keep them upbeat and explain that we'll have a little bit more passion, desire to win the ball back at times, and we've just got up our passing quality 20-30% in the games there. So we're just trying to get a reaction in a nice way off them, but unfortunately it didn't really happen today.
10 minutes into the second half, Sam Davidson played Luke down on the left, and he went through and the cross shot just went wide of the far post and so on. But then halfway through the second half you brought Jack Lovell on. And can you tell us a bit about Jack, Matty?
Yeah, Jack's been identified for a few weeks. He's at Bemerton, playing there, and he just wanted to see if he could test himself a little bit higher. I know his dad's got a lot of history here at the club.
Big Jason,
yeah, and I think he's a legend here. So it'd be nice for Jack to come in and show us what he can do. He can operate on the right-hand side. He can operate up front as well. So we've got another player that we don't move into 2 different positions, which is good that we've got in the squad.
Yep. And he very nearly had an instant impact when he came on. The ball came through, I think he shrugged off a defender and he came more into the centre and had a shot that was blocked. I think we then, from that, had another couple of attempts, and it was a shame that we didn't score from that. But then shortly after that, Jack was off again, and I thought he made a real impact when he came on.
He did, yeah, he's a lively lad, and just try and change up, but he definitely did well. He did a decent job out on the right. It was just a matter of just changing like in terms of personnel, and he's definitely a bit tired. And Jack Williams got one of his energy, and yeah, he had the right man leaving in. I think Stokes' his chance, which he followed wide, which is unfortunate.
Yep. And then Mangotsfield unfortunately scored again 30 minutes into the second half. It seemed to come out of nothing. It was almost, I thought, perhaps off Billy's arm, and it sort of somehow went through, and their substitute Bath went through and tucked it away. But there was still 15 minutes to go, and you thought, well, we can still get something out of this.
Yeah, but I think the goal was a little bit of a killer. I'll have to look at it again, but I think Arnie tried to play offside. He stepped up. I don't know why. We don't really do that type of thing. We just want to defend zones, we defend properly. But yeah, then we've got a mountain to climb. I guess against a drilled side, very organised, and we always get tough. But we did find pockets of space. The game sort of opened up a little bit, but we just couldn't utilise them good areas to create more chances.
Yeah. And as we said, Mangotsfield, a very experienced side, and in the end they saw the game out. They slowed it down. They put it in the corner. They won corners from having the ball down there and so on. So, disappointing really, isn't it? Because I really thought they were there for the taking. I thought they were slow at the back, and I thought with this pace that we had, we were going to get at them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's number 3 points we just thrown away. Really, I felt the two points when we drew at Slimbridge was thrown away. But we just said to them on the pitch after that we've got to get a reaction now. Tuesday, I think a few of them owed their teammates and the staff a performance. I think we had 4 or 5 players, possibly 6 off their game today. So we didn't benefit the doubt, we didn't rant and rave, we just spoke about some technical and tactical things, and we'll see what happens on Tuesday.
Yeah. So the next game is on Tuesday away at Tottenham, and then next Saturday we're away at Bridgewater, who I think are bottom of the league, so we're hoping there. And then the next home game is Saturday after that against Tottenham again, but in the preliminary round of the FA Trophy. So hope to see you at one of those games again. So Matty, this guy is brilliant. Whenever we lose, he's the man that comes out. So thank you, Matty.
Wow,
really appreciate that. And we just don't want to see you again. All right?
No, there's no. Send Shane and Danny out.